Now, Jimmy, I know you've recently joined Twitter, and I saw on your chalkboard a couple weeks ago you want as many followers as Juan Pablo Montoya has. Is that why you were donning a Charlie Sheen wig earlier? You got jealous of all his Twitter followers?
Danielle, you know what? I'm not saying that I'm desperate for more Twitter followers. But you know what? Twitter's cool. And some of those fans are crazy. Hey, they're kinfolk to Sheen.
Well, like Sheen, you have me on the edge of my seat as well. We've got some emails for you. First up, William P. says, Jimmy, you guys have been talking about the great horsepower from the new Ford engine. If I remember correctly, a few years ago, NASCAR made Toyota change their engines to reduce horsepower. Why haven't they made the Fords change anything? Fair is fair.
You know, Billy, I don't believe the Fords have a horsepower advantage. Their advantage is in the engine is lighter and it has better cooling, which is allowing them to run more tape on the grills, which increases the speed and downforce. But I don't see NASCAR making them change anything because the dominant car in Las Vegas was not a blue oval, it was a bow tie.
You always look good in one of those too, Jimmy. Chad G says, hey, Spence, due to the economy, you think Goodyear would ever have NASCAR run a hard tire compound that would last an entire race to save the team's tire cost?
2005, Formula One tried it. It was a failure for them, and it wouldn't work in NASCAR either. What happens when a car spins and flat spots their tires? Hey, they'd put on a fresh set. That'd be an advantage. As far as saving costs, NASCAR needs to start with that multi-million-dollar engine program. NASCAR's addressing with fuel injection. You know what? I heard from somebody inside NASCAR that you will see fuel injection in at least one race this year, and I'm hearing it, the fall race, Martinsville.
We'll look forward to that. Luke H. writes, Jimmy, every week I hear drivers talk about qualifying trim and race trim. What's the difference? And don't you want to be as fast as you can as possible all the time?
Well, yeah, you do. But in qualifying trim, you'll run more tape on the grill. You'll run more aggressive shocks. You'll add air pressure to the tires. You'll run less fuel into the engine, more timing, and you can't do any of these things during a points race because you know what? You'd wear out your tires and you'd blow your engine up. Hey, maybe that's what Gibbs and ECR guys have been doing this year.
I think you're going to like this one, Jimmy. Throwback to your driving days. Christoph Tate asked you on Twitter, what about paybacks? What do you see coming at Bristol?
You know, you probably won't see anything because most of those guys are weaklings and they make idle threats. But you know what? Brian Vickers sat most of the last year out. He's got a lot of fire in his belly. Hey, and if I was Matt Kenseth after Phoenix, I'd watch my back. Hey, the 18-99 at Phoenix, too. Hey, the 18-29 from Miami. Hey, Danielle, that was big. I hope some scores are settled.